Also showing a water protection protector Karen Risher. Negative file. And Josh Cook out of
Okay, Ellen.
not eligible.
We've got somebody on that I'm hearing background.
Oh, you know what? It might be my police radio. Hold on one.
Okay. How's that?
How's that?
I ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Maggie's going to do the annual presentation of the MS4 program.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, can everyone see that?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so everyone has a good understanding of the stormwater permit and the requirements we must meet in order to stay in compliance. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the program and some highlights from 2021. The period we're covering in our this report is March 10th, 2021 to March 9th, 2022. So let's get started. Let's see if I can. And I can't switch the slide. Hold on 1 second. I lost Dan. Okay. I knew this wasn't going to be easy. All right, so the slide is changing on my end, but I see that it's not changing on your end.
We have highlights of the village stormwater.
Oh, you do? Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Okay, so the village continues to be a member of the Stormwater Coalition of Albany County. We earn credits by hosting community cleanup programs such as our spring cleaning each Saturday in May at DPW and street sweeping, which we currently had just last week. During the reporting time frame, DPW continued to inspect the majority of our catch basins and clean them as needed with the help of neighboring communities and the stormwater and the Albany County Water Purification District. In this reporting period, we inspected 35 catch basins. Employees from DPW and code enforcement continue to inspect the stormwater infrastructure in the north end. And at the beginning of May, specifically Saturday, May 7th, we did a Riverkeeper event with the Riverkeeper sweep where we cleaned the bank of the Hudson River. We also held a community cleanup day with Ecovative. And during that community event, Ecovative and their staff helped us clean community areas such as the Payne Street Park, the Green Island Little League, Cannon Street, the Ford parking lot, senior citizens, and did work at the Vietnam Memorial. Our laws for detection and elimination of illicit discharges and stormwater management were finalized in 2007, and the village continues to be in compliance. The coalition developed a system for outfalls and catch basin mapping, which also delineates the water and sewer sheds within the village. The village planning and zoning boards will continue to attend trainings. In-person training has slowly opened up, but we continue mostly to train online. CDRPC holds a workshop series for training on a weekly basis over a 6-week period of time, which many of our planning and zoning members are currently participating in. These classes are sent to the applicable board members. Many of the associations we're members of have free ongoing training, and we encourage our board members to take them at their convenience. If anyone ever has any trouble with training, receiving credit, please let Ann or I know, and we'll do the best we can to assist you. Zoning and planning board members need 4 hours annually, and the village board is required to also attend training. Village employees are trained and continue to maintain the village-owned facilities. We've been keeping an eye on high-traffic areas and will continue to post markers reminding the public not to dump anything in catch basins as part of our community outreach. We also share best practices in the village newsletter, and we'll continue to share the link on our website and the coalition's website. We will also continue to send application training opportunities to our local contractors. For the past 2 years, we've been inspecting Starbuck Island at a minimum once a week. Now that the island is, for the most part, developed, we did do a winter shutdown. There is a very small area of land there that still requires inspections. And this year, we also started inspecting 100 Cohoes Avenue on a regular basis. The village has record of every inspection, and they are in, both properties are in compliance with all stormwater practices. Overall, there have been no citations or violations for this reporting year village-wide. The Hudson Avenue project actually was deemed complete in 2020. However, last reporting year, we were hoping to get the new storm system mapped, but due to COVID-19, there was, we did have some limitations. So we're hoping going forward, we'll be able to get that new stormwater infrastructure mapped for Starbuck Island and Hudson Avenue. Going forward, we will continue to review all commercial development projects. The stormwater management plan has been incorporated in our site plan review. The plans are typically reviewed by a third-party engineer along with village engineer Gary Nathan. All comments, including public comments, are presented to the planning board prior to approval. The village will continue to evaluate the best practices and will educate developers, contractors, and employees. And the public training is always key. Here is our organizational chart as far as management of the stormwater systems program. And the annual report has been published on both the coalition's website and the village's website, if you're looking for a more detailed explanation of the reporting year. So here's where you can find both reports. Does anyone have any questions?
Maggie,
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear me. We did the cleanup along the Hudson, and I believe it was Nancy who was in charge.
Nancy Heinzen, yes.
Okay, I was talking to her because I was with her last year, and we picked up quite a bit bags of refuse. This year, it wasn't nearly as much, and she suggested, I don't know if she talked to you yet, that she's contemplating maybe every other year because there wasn't many bags picked up. And so it was a choice. And so Nancy might be talking to you regarding that. So I wasn't sure.
Yes, she did reach out, and she did explain how there wasn't as much, I guess, garbage or debris, which is a good thing. Maybe people are starting to use the actual garbage cans provided. However, we do get credit for holding public events for our annual report, but we certainly can maybe do something timing wise. I think we have a lot of spring cleanups right back to back from each other. So everybody's kind of cleaning all the same areas within the same time frame. So it's something we will certainly continue to have a conversation about as far as maybe spreading that event out.
We were done in 45 minutes if it took that long. And we had less people this time than was last year,
Sure.
and it went through pretty good. So that was the case.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Thank you.
Good job, Mag.
Okay. So let me stop sharing here. All right. All set, Ellen.
Okay. Could I call a meeting to order? And could we have the roll call? And I think you're
Yeah,
muted.
you're muted.
I'm going to ask her to unmute. Hold on, everyone.
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now.
Oh, I don't know. Mayor McNulty Ryan,
Present.
Executive Assistant Maggie Alex,
Present.
Present Trustee Files,
Present.
Trustee Jones,
Present.
Trustee Bella Kapitsky,
Present.
Trustee Vieira.
Present.
Did I miss Gary? Trustee McGivern?
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry. Trustee Lyota
President.
and Attorney Legnard.
Present.
All present and accounted for. We don't have any public forum because we don't have any public here. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes, both from the regular meeting on 4/18 and also the special meeting that we had on 4/28. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any corrections?
So,
If not, could I have a motion to approve the minutes from both meetings and the public hearing?
I'll make a motion.
Owen Gary.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is communications, and actually two really good communications, so.
We have a memo addressed to the mayor from Acting Police Chief William Rice, and it's pertaining to the River's Edge structure fire. I would like to take this time to recognize Officers Nazario and Officer what's his name?
Spansky.
Sapienza, for their bravery and quick actions that helped save many lives, including numerous pets from the River's Edge apartment fire. On Thursday, May 12th, 2022, at approximately 11:55 a.m., both officers were dispatched to River's Edge Apartments for a fully involved structure fire. Upon arriving on the scene, the officers started to check apartments for residents that may need assistance. During these checks, officers located a female trapped inside of her bedroom, unable to exit her residence due to the heavy smoke and fire conditions. The officers broke out her bedroom window and pulled the female to safety. Officers then continued to search other residents and escorted everyone found out of the building, saving countless numbers of domesticated animals along the way. Due to the officers' quick response, there was no loss of life from the fire. Thank you both for your courage and for bravery during this extremely dangerous and stressful situation. Congratulations on a job well done.
Ordered, filed. When the memo came in, I really wanted it to be read and go into the record. Everybody did a fantastic job on that whole thing over there, so my hats are off to all of them. And you got another one, Ann?
I do.
I'm going to speak on that one,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
just delivering a message on behalf of Lynn McGivern and Heather Johnson here at the village office. They want to extend their thanks to Trustee Sheila Vieira for her help. Recently, we had a new power customer that came in and did not speak English, but spoke Portuguese. And we reached out to Sheila, and not only did she help us, she left the location of where she was to come to the office to help us communicate with this person, to get them the services that they were looking for. So on behalf of Lynn and Heather, they just wanted to thank you for taking the time to do that.
Pretty excellent.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
All right, next we have the approval of claims. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any questions? Maggie and Michelle are both on, so. If not, can I have a motion to pay the bills?
Make the motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next on the agenda is the police activity report. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
Make the motion.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next on the agenda is the fire department report. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is the submittal of the monthly report by the treasurer. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any questions? Michelle, it seems like overall we're on budget for everything for the year.
Yes, yes, we are. Yep.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? If not, could I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly report of the Parking Violations Bureau. Just so you know, there was a lot of tickets given out on street cleaning the other day, so well, I'll talk more about that later when we get to the board forum. So could I have a motion to accept the Parking Violation Bureau report?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of adjustments to the water and sewer billing for May 2022. They're just routine.
Mhm.
Yep.
Maggie or Michelle?
Routine.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions or comments? If not, could I have a motion to make the adjustments to the water and
moved.
sewer billing?
So moved.
Barb.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of appointment for the following tax collectors for the 2022-23 year. This is something we have to do every year, and they are Ralph Foster from Catskill Hudson Bank, Theodore Knifka from the village, and Michelle Bourgeois from the village. Could I have a motion to make those appointments?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Joe, I think, Joe Layote, I think when you're holding your hand, we can't hear anything, so I don't know if you're muted or doesn't look like you are.
No, I'm not muted.
Okay.
Hold on.
I saw his
We
hand.
can hear you now. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Did I do all in favor on that one?
Yes.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of bids received for the water treatment plant chemicals for 2022. I think all the bidders are the same ones, but the prices have increased quite a bit.
Yes.
So, just go with the low bidders. Could I have a motion? That was Joe
That was me.
and Barb. Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of setting a date for the public hearing for the annual presentation of the Section 8 Rental Assistance Plan for July 18th, 2022. Maggie, do you want to comment on that or?
This is just an annual requirement. Ann and I spoke to Ted today and he'll be prepared to do it at the start of the July meeting.
Okay. All in favor? Oh.
Aye.
I'll make the
Can I ask for a
motion.
motion first? Okay, Rachel's got the motion. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of radio equipment as surplus property for disposition. These are old radios. They've been replaced. Could we have a motion to dispose of them?
I'll make the motion.
Sheila,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Joseph E. Mastriani for administration of the Section 8 rental program. I think we talked about this before. Ted is looking to retire, and the Mastriani will take this whole thing on. I can let Maggie comment on it, but it isn't going to cost us any more to do it, so it'll be good. So Mag, you want to comment?
Yeah, it's basically just that Ted Knifka has expressed an interest in retiring. So we've been working on this for several months to make the transition. We actually had a meeting this morning on preparing to transfer our records over. And basically, everything will remain the same. We'll keep a, we'll call, for lack of better words, like a satellite office here. We'll continue to collect and scan mail as we get it to them until people are comfortable sending things directly to them. We'll be in close contact with them as far as inspections, and any money we receive from HUD to administer the program will go directly to Mastriani. So there is no additional cost to the village. We'll continue to just be the pass-through as far as the financials are concerned. And we'll be just keeping in close contact. They'll be sending out letters that will be previously approved by Ellen and myself to all of the landlords and the tenants to let them know of the transition that will occur June 1st. So it'll be a little different to start, but I think once we get into it, I think it should be seamless as possible. We'll try to make it as seamless as possible.
Does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
If not, could I have a motion for me to sign the contract with Mastriani?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
And it's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly recap submitted by the DPW and GIPA guys. It's pretty, they've been pretty busy and doing things, and now we're into grass and everything else now too, so they'll be staying busy. So could I have a motion to accept the report?
Motion.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Do we have any other business? Maggie or Ann?
No.
If not, our board forum, I'll just touch on a couple things, and if anybody else wants to talk. Like I said earlier, police, fire, DPW, GIPA, everybody did an amazing job the other day. Water department, they had to get water turned on, I think, from both Cohoes and Waterville. So we could keep the pressure going there. So everybody did an amazing job. Friday was Friday the 13th, but it felt more like Thursday the 12th was Friday the 13th. We had street cleaning in the morning, and that went very well. Carlos and Tom Sapansky, however you say it, they did a great job. We had a lot more tickets than we should have had. We didn't do too bad till we got down to Albany Avenue, and we must have had a dozen cars on Albany Avenue that no matter what we did, we couldn't get them moved. Fortunately, we don't tow on this, so they just got tickets, but many people were very cooperative. A lot of folks that are used to it had their cars up in the Ford lot. They put them up the night before, and you know, we zipped through a lot of the streets, but we had some very disrespectful people on this. I got called more dirty names that day than I have, I think, in my whole lifetime. And then we went down to seniors and had the fire, and then we came home from that. And my husband had spent the whole morning. I don't know if everybody is aware, we have a pretty bad goose problem in Green Island. And just for your knowledge, a goose poops a pound a day. So that's a lot of poop in our parks. You can get very sick from this Campylobacter bacteria that they have. So we've been working to try to keep the geese out. And my husband spent the whole morning Thursday morning going around to the parks and putting these streamers on. And when we came back after the fire, the kids were ripping them all off the fences and stuff. So Maggie put out a thing on Facebook just trying to explain to people, but We watched a woman a block up at the Main Street Park yesterday. Stopped, ripped 4 of them off and gave them to her kids. I don't understand why people, even if you don't know what it's for, it's not yours. Why would you do that? They are there for a reason. So Maggie put something on Facebook, but for people like me who don't get Facebook, we're going to put some stuff in the newsletter, which should be going out this week too. So if any of you can spread the word, if you see anybody, or just tell them they're there for a reason. And the streamers are very expensive. It's not cheap stuff. So we don't need that. So does anybody else have anything else for board forum?
Ellen and I do. You were talking about the street cleaning. In my previous occupation, the biggest issue that people had, I argued with them if they were a resident of Green Island, they received bills. So I had no concern about that. They received it. There's a letter. If they don't want to read it, that's not my problem. The other issues were people that were coming in town, maybe stayed with somebody, and they left their car there, or employees of other places that they weren't made aware. I don't know if this is a tough question. Is there any way that the signs can be put up? Because that was the biggest issue. Like I said, residents, I don't have a problem with, because they had letters that you send out continuously to inform them. These other people, they haven't quote and out, and they're saying, well, we didn't see anything. And there's been some cases been real close like that. Is there anything we can do about that?
Joe, we talked before about putting notices up, but first of all, you'd have to have them on every single pole in Green Island. And then if they don't park near the pole, they don't know it
I
anyways.
realize that. I know.
We had 2 alerts that went out. And one guy argued with me, and I told him, he said, I knew nothing about this. I said, you live here? He said, yes. I said, you get an electric bill? He said, yes. I said, well, there were notices in the electric bill telling you about it, and you could get, he said, I paid my electric bill. I said, no, sir, I'm telling you, there's notices telling you what's going on.
They don't want to read
And I
them.
tried to explain to him about signing up for the alerts, and even if you know about it, sometimes you can forget. So that notice the night before and the first thing in the morning, I think is helpful. I don't know what else to do.
I know. I wasn't sure. Like I said, you're absolutely right. Those people that received an electric bill, I argue with them with not even argue. I say, read your bill. Why? I read my bill. I read the letter, right? I don't read the letter. That's not my problem. The letter's in there for a reason to update you on the situation.
Right.
It's the other people that, and I said, I don't have an answer, and I don't know if it's a bear.
And the other thing is, if somebody's visiting here, whoever they're visiting knows that we're having it. And even the businesses, if someone comes here from, we let the school know that anybody that's coming in from out of town for something, tell them to park in the Ford lot, and then they don't have to worry about it. Like I said, most people are very good, but we've got a little problem with disrespect, I think, lately in a lot of things. And I'm just hoping things turn around. And I didn't mean to get on a soapbox tonight, so sorry.
right.
Just a couple of things to be aware of. Our grievance night for to grieve your assessment is Tuesday, May 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. And Mag, that is going to be virtual, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. We have our Memorial Day parade. Thursday, the 26th, we're going to line up at 5:45 down near the Municipal Center on Hudson Avenue. And we're going to actually be able to go back to our old parade route again, which will be nice. And the Legion is also going to do a dedication for their new bricks and replacing the replacement of their monument and stuff. And our next meeting is Monday, June 20th at 6:20. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
Can I say one more thing, Ellen? I'm sorry. I hate
That's
to bother
okay.
you. Unfortunately, I'm leaving Friday for out of town for a surprise 50th for my son on Friday, and I won't be back to the following week. And grievance night is during that week, and unfortunately, it's virtual, and I have my laptop. I don't know how many we're going to have. Is there some way that I could possibly, if there's anything on any of the items, that I can obtain it beforehand, or no?
Mag, how did you do that before?
Yeah, so if any of the grievance applications come in prior to the start of the virtual meeting, we will scan everything and send it to you. So we would, right now, I don't have any grievance applications, but that may change. So we'll scan any documentations received before 4 o'clock to you. And then it would just be, the meeting would just be open for anyone to log in between 4 and 8 PM.
Okay.
But I
No
can
problem.
talk to you about logistics.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Alan,
Make the motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, everybody. Hopefully,
you.
we'll be back to normal next month, but